Hey there, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us. Happy Friday. I'm Will DuPree coming to you from the KXAN live studio here at KXAN, and we want to show you a live image right now of the UT campus. Very popular. It's going to be incredibly busy. We have details about what all the events will be happening near the campus on our website, kxan.com, but we want to tell you about another story related very closely to UT. You know, changes are in store for the Drag. That's that famous strip of businesses that face the UT campus there along Guadalupe Street. And a staple of the Drag will have to move to make way for new development. One of our interns dug in depth into what's set to happen there, and she is joining us live today to talk about what she learned and what her reporting uncovered. So everybody, please welcome Chloe Young into our conversation today. Chloe, thank you so much for being here. We really do appreciate it.
Hi, Will. Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure being at KXAN this semester, and I super enjoyed telling this story.
Well, we love having you here, too. Chloe is one of our politics interns specifically. She's a junior at the University of Texas here at Austin. So we welcome you and glad to have you on our team for the last few months. But Chloe, we really want to dig into this story that you reported on and highlight what's happening to Wooten Barbershop. This is, again, on the Drag, not too far from the station here, but what's in store for it? It's going to have to leave after so many years.
Yes, so the Wooten Barbershop has sat just feet away from the University of Texas since 1964. For the past 20 years, the same 4 barbers have kept the shop alive. Only 7 barbers have worked there since it opened. And they've really kept their same traditional feel and look all through those years. You walk into the store, and it is kind of like a scene from the past. People sit in the same burnt orange barber chairs that they sat in 1964. And university students, faculty, James Nelson, the barber there, said everyone from the chancellor, from the janitor at UT Austin has come in and visited their establishment. Former UT coach Chris Beard, Vince Young, even celebrities have come.
Wow.
So this area is beloved by the people here, specifically at the University of Texas, because of its location on the Drag. Now, in 2018, this building you're seeing now, the good old Wooten, was purchased by American Campus Communities. They are the largest student housing developer in the nation. They had students move out of the good old Wooten pretty soon after that announcement in early 2018. So no students have been living in that building for the past 3 years. Now the barber shop got to keep their lease. So they were kind of on hold, waiting in limbo, seeing what was going to happen. This past month, they were told by American Campus Communities that they needed to be out by June 15th.
So June 15th will be the last day that this business will be open on the Drag.
Yes, correct. And the barbershop really isn't sure what is in store for them next. So they have looked at trying to find an alternative location. They have considered even working out of a trailer or partnering with the neighboring salon that is also having to leave, a Latte salon. But it is a tough real estate market for everyone right now in Austin, especially small businesses. And while they have a verbal agreement to return to the space, let me clarify that American Campus said that this new student housing would entail ground tail retail on the bottom. So they have a verbal agreement to come back as one of those spaces. Now, nothing is confirmed, so they're not sure if that's going to happen, but they're concerned if they could even afford to be one of those spaces that comes back. The land value where that property sits, the good old Wooten, rose from 3 to 7 million in just the past 10 years. So they kept the same owners ever since they had opened in 1964. The same people had owned the properties. Now that this is owned by a large multi-billion-dollar company, they're not sure if they're going to be able to keep up with those rents.
Right, yeah, it's all up in the air at this point if they'll be able to return. And not surprising to hear the rise in the property value specifically for that location. It's right in the middle of everything.
Definitely. That is a happening area, and that's what attracts so many businesses wanting to come to the Drag because they have that university clientele right there. I talked to students who said that they go to the Drag, or sorry, go to the Wooten Barbershop, not just because they enjoy the community, which they do, but because it's convenient. So not having that convenience factor is a huge thing. They're worried about losing their student clientele. The Drag is on the edge of West Campus, so the University of Texas has about over 50,000 students. Almost 25,000 of those live in West Campus. So not being in that location, they're going to lose a lot of clientele, specifically students.
You touched on this a few moments ago, but give us a little bit of a history lesson on who bought this particular block along Guadalupe there on the drag, and how we got to this point where Wooten Barbershop is now going to have to move after 58 years in business.
Yes, so American Campus Communities, like I said before, they purchased the block of properties off 21st and Guadalupe where the Good Old Wooten, the Wooten Barbershop, Alante Salon, and Teji's Indian Food Restaurant sits. They said that they want to use this space for student housing, of course, with the ground floor retail. Now, they've said that they have no really definitive redevelopment plans at the time. They said that they are working with remaining businesses to extend the leases, but we know that 2 of the 3 remaining businesses, Alante Salon and Wooten Barbershop, are being told to leave. So while we don't know when or how soon this construction is going to be happening, we can assume that something will be happening with having these businesses leaving. Now, it is interesting because this week, Blackstone, a large investment company, announced that they will be purchasing American Campus Communities for almost $13 billion.
Wow.
So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with that.
Yeah, and again, there are very few details about what that deal will entail and how that might affect this project on that stretch of the drag.
Definitely. I mean, one thing is clear, these guys are going to have to be out by June 15th. Their lease is ending. What's in store for them next, we don't know.
We'll, of course, have to keep following them and see where their next home might be, and hopefully they're able to find one pretty quickly there, too. In addition to this, staple business that's been there along the drag, this stretch of businesses also is home to one of the most recognizable murals in town. We're, of course, talking about the Hi, How Are You mural there. What's going to happen with that now, Chloe? What did you find out?
Well, great question. So while American Campus Community says they don't have many plans about what this site is going to look like, they know for certain that they are going to preserve this mural. This mural was painted by a famous musician, Daniel Johnston, in the 90s. It was originally Sound Exchange, a record store, which has since closed and now, or has more recently been Thai How Are You, a Thai restaurant that also closed in 2020. But the mural has stuck around. American Campus Communities Vice President says that they understand this is beloved by the community and makes it an iconic part of the drag. A main incentive in this for them too is that they partnered with the Hi How Are You project in 2018. So this nonprofit was inspired by the artist and this mural, and because the artist himself struggled with mental health issues, the nonprofit exists to destigmatize mental health and provide resources and support. So American Campus is saying that they are going to train their staff to be able to identify and respond to mental health instances with their students and support them through that. And preserving this mural is kind of a way that they're going to represent that.
Well, I know a lot of people will be glad to hear that too, because again, that is one of the most recognized and photographed places in probably the whole city, I would imagine. I mean, you always see people there taking pictures, so it's good to hear that it will be preserved in some sort of fashion on that stretch of the drag. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm just going to reintroduce our guest who's with us here today. Chloe Young is one of our interns here at KXAN and has reported about this story right here, which you can see on our website at this very moment. The headline reading there, Wooten Barbershop to leave the drag after 58 years. And Chloe did a great job going in depth about what led up to this moment, the ownership changes, and kind of what the plans are in store. We showed this full screen a few moments ago, Chloe, but I just want to kind of go back over what American Campus Communities has said about what's in store for this little stretch on the drag.
Yes. So again, as American Campus Communities is the largest housing developer in the nation, this is going to be turned into student housing. We don't know exactly what that will look like. We do know that they're projecting to have ground level retail along the drag, just as they do now with the Good Old Wooten. But they don't have any more really definitive redevelopment plans to share. And while they said they're working to retain the leases with the remaining businesses, we know that the 2 of the 3 remaining businesses have been asked to leave. There are 4 other properties on that block that are vacant. So just really goes to show how it's a lot of these businesses come in and out. They're not able to stay. And we know that the Wooten Barbershop is potentially going to be asked to return as a retail space. They're not sure under new ownership if they will be able to uphold that.
Additionally, this area is going to undergo quite a few more changes because Project Connect and is going to be adding a rail line somewhere in that area. What has your reporting uncovered about that? Because you also looked into that issue and what that might bring to the area too.
Yes, so when I started this story, I wanted to look at changes coming to the drag in general. I was shocked to realize that soon there may be no traffic on the drag. So Project Connect is a plan for a mass transit system. It's at $7 billion, and Austin voters approved this in 2020. So it's multiple rail lines that would be going through the city. Two of those, the orange and the blue line, would go through the drag, so down Guadalupe Street with a stop at UT West Mall. So there's one option being proposed that would still include a lane for buses and cars, just one lane. And there's also another option that takes traffic off the drag altogether, and it's just the rail line. They're projecting that they can get a lot more people through the area and avoid traffic with this new rail line. But of course, they're trying to get insight from business owners and students on what they think and how this will affect them. So Dirty Martin's, for example, is a burger restaurant that has been on the drag since the 1920s. They are almost 100 years old. So besides the co-op, which is kind of its own thing affiliated with the university, the Dirty Martin's is the oldest business, independent business on the drag. And they were recently told that those rail lines would go directly through their property. They are about on 29th Guadalupe Street. There is a student organization at University of Texas called ATX Conservation, and they have made it their personal mission to try to get this business saved. So they have a petition where they have lots of signatures, over 12,000 signatures, of people saying they want to see Dirty Martin saved. They're encouraging people to go to these workshops Project Connect is hosting, where they're getting insight from the community on what they want. They also are hosting a benefit concert next Friday, I believe.
Wow.
And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, Project Connect is really in their preliminary engineering and design phase. That's what their chief of architecture told me. He said construction is at least a few years away. So we don't know what the definitive plans yet, but we do know that there will be a mass transit system that is going through this street, and it will drastically change the area. I mean, some business owners are saying, where will people park? No more street parking, concerns about if people will use the rail line. So we'll just have to wait and see what the effects are on these businesses.
Huge changes coming in the years to come. So, of course, we're going to have to keep reporting very closely what all unfolds, not only with this little stretch of businesses that is so popular with people on the drag, but also what will happen with transit and how that is impacting the area. So, really great reporting, kind of getting us set on that path and figuring out where we go from here. But Chloe Young, thank you so much again for joining us. We really do appreciate it. And again, great story. If you all have a chance, please go on our website and read what she found out. Very personal story as well from the owners of the Wooten Barbershop and some of the customers. What were the owners' reaction to their lease ending and kind of this chapter closing for now?
Yeah, like I said, the 4 barbers that are there right now, they've been there for about the past 20 plus years.
Wow.
And barbershop manager James Nelson told me that the shop feels like a part of him, and a part of him that will probably never be the same. It's a real loss for them and kind of a shock, but they also understand that change happens. They've seen Austin change drastically, things in their own lives, and so they're hoping that this presents a new opportunity. But like I said, they know that it is a very real possibility that they won't be able to operate if they don't find a place or could shut down. So they are doing everything in their power to keep going. We know they have loyal customers. I talked to 2 customers who used to be UT students. Now they both live in San Antonio, still make the drive to the Wooten Barbershop in Austin to get their haircut. So it's certain that wherever they do end up going, they will have people follow them. They're just hoping that they can get that in the works and keep the legacy of their shop going.
Yeah, again, we'll have to just keep our eye on what happens next. Chloe Young, thank you again for joining us, and great work on this story, and we appreciate you being with part of our newsroom team the last few months too.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Will.
All right, everybody. Again, that is Chloe Young. She is a junior at UT Austin, one of our interns here at KXAN, a very talented group for sure. You can read more about her story on our website, kxan.com. You can also access it anytime on the KXAN News app on your smartphone, so please download that if you haven't done so already. Thank you all again for watching here on KXAN Live. I'm Will DuPree. We will see you back here another time, everybody. Please stay safe and healthy out there, and take care.